So anyways, remember the pregnant female stingray that we had to take out of the pond?
Yeah.
I took her and put her in the 700, and for 3 days she didn't eat. I got her to eat today. So as bad as she's torn up and eaten around her disc.
Well, that's awesome news, but we are live here. It is Stay Fishy Friday. We are tuned in a few minutes early. How are you guys doing? I hope you missed us. Give me just a few seconds so I can log in here and start reading your guys' comments. I did change something. We added some more lighting so you guys can have a better lit backdrop. I did turn down the resolution on my camera a bit, so I hope it's not as jumpy. And let us know how the audio is. I got the mic here and I set it in a different place. I just want to make sure it sounds good.
Josh was always quieter than me, so we put the mic on his side pointing at me so he can come in louder, and you guys let us know what that sounds like. We got a few minutes before we're supposed to start anyway.
They said we want every minute we can get.
Joe says the audio is great.
Joe who?
Rockwell.
Joe, get in. Alrighty, guys. We are here. We are ready. There's 113 of us. Let's say hello to our mods real quick.
No. There is 150 dedicated fishy people.
Well, now there is. I'm just ready with 112. But we got Joe Rockwell here, one of our mods. We've got Adele Parkinson, and we have Justin. Isn't Justin in here somewhere?
Justin's here too.
Justin Richards. So we'll say hi as more come and get on. But let's go ahead and start this live chat. So we're going to go ahead and start this off. I know you guys are going to ask about it.
Let's start off with Tracy, We Miss You by Pedro's Fish Keeping.
That's what I was going to get at. Let's go ahead.
I miss her too.
Give a little update on there, short and sweet.
Okay. At the hospital today. Now, you guys know there's different classifications when somebody's in a coma. She is technically out of a coma now. She's in a vegetative state, meaning as soon as she opened her eyes, she's no longer in a coma. She opened her eyes, but she's unresponsive. She can't see, and she don't track us. Like if I was to hold her head and then she's looking at me and I move, she don't follow. She don't follow the light. She don't, none of that. But she did do one thing that's going to move her up a class pretty soon if she keeps it up. I grab her hand and I scratch the back of her hand and I pull on her arm. I'm like, Tracy. And she opens up her eyes every single time. So that's like being aware, sort of, but it don't look like she can see. So they're going to move her up to the next classification, which is minimally conscious. That's the next classification. And that classification is usually for people that can track you, like with their eyes. Maybe they can't talk, but their eyes will follow you or follow the light. Or if you say, squeeze my hand, they'll squeeze it. Or if you tell them blink twice for yes and once for no, they can follow the instructions. So she's kind of iffy jumping between the two sections right now. But she is, we washed her hair today, and I didn't. Jen did. Jen is a great nurse at the hospital where we're at. And you guys know I had a couple little problems, but I got past that. This nurse Jen is just such a sweetheart, and she takes care of Tracy, and I love it. So I give a big shout out to Jen. Anyways, next is what else was she going to do? That's about all the updates I can give you on Tracy. It's basically the same.
Just a waiting game now.
It's waiting. They said that if she stays in a vegetative state for more than a month, then the chances go down real far to only 25% she'll ever wake up and come out of the vegetative state. She's been in it now for about 5 days. So I'm up there every day trying to talk to her, trying to, do different things. I play her favorite song, which is Eagles, Hotel California. And when I turned that on, I turned it on loud and put it right next to her shoulder. She actually was sleeping this way, and when the song started, she did this, opened her eyes and turned towards it. But again,
for those of you that don't know, This legend right here was conceived at an Eagles concert.
It was his mother's favorite concert. We had a great time. What happened after the concert made it even better. So then we went home and conceived Josh.
All right, so we got the aquarium guys chimed in with a $2 super chat. They said the men are back, baby.
We love you, Robs.
So
you guys got to, check and tell them to log into Rob's podcast. It's awesome.
So you guys are saying the video is a little bit jumpy. It's the best we can do for now. But my dad did just order a bunch of stuff, and it's in the mail. He's got his own webcam. We've got green screens. We've got just a bunch of accessories to make live streams better for you guys.
A second camera, and we'll be plugging in, instead of going wireless, we'll be plugging into a gigabyte network, so where you won't have no choppiness. We've got lighting coming. It's 2,700 watts of lighting. 2 big lights to light up the green screen behind us, 1 light to light up us, a computer, 2, one's a webcam and one's a camcorder to do all the special effects and everything. And I took one of my bedrooms and made it all for you guys for live streaming. It's going to be kick-ass. I swore. That just slipped out. It's going to be great as soon as we get it all in and done. And Rob's from Aquarium Guys Podcast is helping me out setting it up. So now the green screen is going to mean we can have the top of the Empire State Building behind us in clouds, and it'll look like we're sitting up there. What I wanted it for was I'm going to put a camera in front of each fish tank. So each week you'll have different views of our fish swimming behind us. That was the main reason why we did it.
All right, we got Mr. B's chimed in here. He's another one of our mods. Just want to say what's up.
What's happening, Mr. B? Thank you much.
So we got Jeff Beatty chimed in with a $5 super chat. Said, keeping Tracy in my thoughts daily. God bless you guys. Looking good, Rich. Keep up with the weight loss.
Ooh, thank you. And thank you for the prayers for Tracy.
So there's people chiming in saying, are we going to have to start calling you medium rich or slim rich?
My son is Little Rich, his older brother. I'm Big Rich, so anything but Little Rich. I'll tell you what, though, when Tracy does wake up and she sees me down by 100 pounds or something, it's going to have a whole new man to play with.
Alrighty, let's start getting some more questions in. Someone asked, what gym are you going to? He's not going to no gym. He's strictly on the keto diet.
If you guys watch tomorrow morning's video, it's going to be a day in the life of OFR. It'll show you what I do every day and how I'm going up and visiting Tracy with all my spare time. But I have to do some work in the morning. I do some work at night. I don't sleep much, so I get things done like that. And tomorrow's video is all about what's going on here.
All right, so this is a question for you, Dad, because I don't really know. Joe Rockwell chimed in with a $5 super chat, and he said,
Hey,
I want to know how hot Nurse Jen is.
I tell you what, Joe, she's a beautiful lady. Beautiful. She's inner beauty, outer beauty. She's just a great, great nurse. So you stay away from her.
All right, we got Equal Star 737 chimed in with a $10 super chat. Said, hey guys, I'm praying for you all. I'm hoping to visit you in early May on my way home from North Dakota.
Awesome.
Stay strong, stay fishy, and God bless.
Make sure you text us a couple days ahead of time so that we can, arrange with you for your drive-through. And, one or both of us can be here. Make sure you get a hold of us ahead of time. If people show up at the door, I tell people all the time, I'm sorry that we're not there or you can't see the fish. You should have got a hold of us.
Alrighty. Aquarium guys chimed back in with another $2 super chat. Said Jen is hella hot. I'm calling it.
I'll tell you next time, but I think she's got a husband. I think she mentioned that before. I'm not sure, but she's a very nice lady.
All right, someone just asked, you guys going to put salt water in that 500-gallon cube? No, we are not. There will be no salt water in this facility here. But
that does not mean we won't rescue saltwater. We have been rescuing saltwater, and we will continue to. The only difference is we find a place for the animal before we pick it up or it gets brought here. We can only maintain it here overnight, you know, in the water it came in, and then some salt water we set up and do that kind of stuff. But we have a whole new operation opening up. I'll let Josh tell you about it.
It's less than an hour from here. It's one of our good buddies, but he's basically doing what we do, and he's opening up our saltwater sector. So right now he's building quarantine tanks, and he's got large tanks set up already. So we're just waiting for him to get a little bit more set up and under his belt before we start advertising that. Because if we get in a 5-foot shark right now, that big pond is not set up right now, so those might still go to
And
an
all of his
aquarium.
new tanks are not
Cycle.
right. So it's going to take a while, but he's in the works for it.
Yes.
In the meantime, we are still working with 9 different aquariums, public aquariums that can take salt water and are willing to drive to pick up, you know, specimens. So we have never turned down a fish, turtle, what was it, a groundhog, a cat, a dog. We don't turn down nothing. We find them all homes. We have a large network of friends and connections we've made over the years. So we don't turn anything down.
All right, James Einen chimed in with the $5 super chat. Said thoughts
Thank
to
you,
you
James.
and your family from the UK.
Well, we are getting a lot of people from the UK.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, a lot. So I love you guys. There's a lot of UK people out there, and then I'd go second behind that with Australia.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of people from Australia, but there's a little bit more from the UK. Love you guys.
All right, we got the bearded fish keeper. He said, "What's up, guys? If you guys don't know, he's the one who always comes over and helps us out. He was here in the grueling moving in the stand for the 1800s, and man, was that a job." But
Who's
what's
this?
up, buddy? Ryan.
Oh,
Alrighty. We got Timothy Childs chimed in with a $2 super chat. Said, "Big love for not so big rich and all the OFR."
I tell you what, I do feel a difference. I can get up now. I don't know if you can see me, but they're sideways. I can get up out of a chair now without hurting. And for you guys, just to let you know, I'm still wearing my boot. It's healing though. It don't hurt no more.
Oh, Matt's Monster Fishing here.
About time.
Not the ultimate fish keeper. What's up, Matt?
How you doing, Matt?
Alrighty. Looking for questions. Sorry, guys. There's just a bunch of stuff popping up here.
But it's a lot easier than last week. Last week, the messages were just flying by. It was hard to keep up. There was over, at one point, 1,000 people on. It was crazy keeping up with the messages.
D Shoe said, "Dude, Tracy's not going to keep her hands to herself." That's funny.
Well, she liked me when I was, 350 pounds, so she might love me now.
Jury Jacobs said, "I'm stalking Matt." Uh-oh, Matt. You better watch out. All right, we got 02044 chimed in with a $5 super chat. Said, "From the UK, what guitar do you play, and what's it like to swim with the fishes in the pond?"
Okay, I do have a Dylan Explorer. It's like a Gibson Les Paul or Gibson Explorer, but I have that one, and I have a Epiphone Les Paul. Now, yes, they are the cheaper guitars. I've had much more expensive guitars, and I worried so much about getting them scratched. What I do now is I take the cheaper guitars, $500-600 guitars, and I put Zakk Wylde live pickups in them. Everyone takes a 9-volt battery, and the sustain is just crazy on them. They're called active pickups by Zakk Wylde. The sustain just lasts forever. You can hit squealies so easy. It makes everybody's game easier to play guitar. So I put them in all my guitars. So basically, if I like the action on the neck, I'll put the Zakk Wylde pickups in, and that's what I play with. How is it like to swim with the fishes? For a lot of people, it's scary. For us, it's no big deal no more. Now it's more of a chore because we have to get in, fix the wires, fix the rocks that they dig in. That turtle digs holes and pulls out the white rocks from underneath, and I have to go down there and pick them up. And but it is kind of cool.
All right, Sand Creek Aquatics chimed in with a $2 super chat. Thank you very much. He said prayers only, and best was to help.
Well, thank you. King Troll says, how long have you rocked the mullet? Well, I think it was, 12, 15 years ago?
Yeah, something like that.
I got brain surgery, and they had to cut off all my hair. So I grew, but the problem is my hair is wiry type thing and dry and thick. And as I'd growing all my hair back, the back could get long, but my sides would grow out like an afro looking thing. And it was just so wiry, and I kept on cutting it. If it gets any longer than this, it just grows out. And you have to outgrow it before it starts hanging down. I had all my hair. I could take my hair in the front right here, tie that in a ponytail behind me because it was down to my crotch in the front and longer in the back. I can never get back to that because I can't grow this out. It's too wiry and too just thick and just don't look good for probably 3, 4, 5 years before it gets long enough to hang. So now it's become the mullet. I never expected to have a mullet, did not want a mullet. I just have long hair in the back. That's all. People keep calling it a mullet, and it pissed me off at first.
All right. Speaking of mullet, the Mullets at Aquarius said, hey guys, big fan. What do you recommend for diffusing alligator gar aggression? I am sorry, but there is no curbing alligator gar aggression. The bigger they get,
there is. If you keep them fed constantly and they're completely full, they do minimize it a little bit.
We feed our fish so much, and I still got bit by a damn alligator gar, okay? So there are ways to try and avoid it. Yes, keep them fed. They won't bite as much, but they do get meaner as they get older, and their bite only gets bigger. So,
and more severe.
Joe Rockwell chimed in with a $5 super chat. Now that you weigh less than me, take this money and buy a damn burger. Oh, wow. Thanks, Joe.
Here's to you, Joe. I'll drink some more water.
Ken Formby chimed in with a $10 super chat. Thank you very much. Matt's Monster Fish chimed in with a $5 super chat. He said, Brutus, the official mascot of the OFR.
That we can agree with you, Matt. Everything else you've said, we've had to argue with, but that we can agree with you, buddy.
He is one of the many official mascots. That is true. He's just not the biggest.
Brutus?
He's the biggest, but he's not the biggest according to the fans. He's not the most.
Yeah, I think Pittsburgh's got, yeah.
We did put a poll up online, and Pittsburgh won by a landslide.
You know what? I don't care. Brutus is my boy.
Yes, he is. All right. Audrey Sampson chimed in with a $5 super chat. Said sponsoring the Phoenix Bars for the evening. Also sending love and support for Tracy. Oh, that was sweet. Jeff Beatty chimed back in with another $5 super chat. Said, hey Josh, how is the prune shark doing in the pool? He's actually doing great. He's just being a fish, doing fishy things.
Richard Maloney says, I want to be Matt's tag team partner versus the guy that was talking seriously stupid stuff and a partner of his choice. I must have missed this conversation. Matt, you're going to have to tell me all about it.
All right. Mike Ross chimed in with a $50 super chat. Thank you very much. And he said, we love y'all here at Carolina Aquatics Rescue and Sanctuary. We are praying for a speedy recovery for Tracy. Thank you very much. We are also praying for a speedy recovery.
Yes.
And Carolina Aquatics Rescue and Sanctuary. We're going to have to look that one up.
I've talked to him before. They're the one, they just gave out $50?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Thank you very much. That's great. I appreciate that.
That's about,
What?
Feeding possibly too.
Yeah. Chewy Limited says, bet it's tough to keep up playing music during this time period, but they say it's good for your stress. That would be correct, but I don't have time. I can't. When's the last time I picked up a guitar? It's been a couple months now. It's there's just too much to do. Not to mention I have to do everything that I normally did, and then now everything that Tracy did, me and Josh are just tackling it whenever we need it. You know, the pile of clothes, the dishes, the cutting up the food, and then we're feeding the fish, and then I've got to find time to be able to go up and see Tracy. So it's we're taking on extra work and then having less time to do it. So we just don't have time for leisure stuff like guitar playing and stuff like that. I liked in my last house, I would go out there every day, like people work out. I would go outside every day from like 10 till about 2 o'clock, and I'd just stand on my front porch and play guitar along with the stereo that's playing behind me. And, you know, people would walk by and they'd be like, you ain't really playing that. And I'd stop playing and they'd hear a difference. And, you know, I liked that. That was nice. I met a lot of cool people that way. And I just don't have time for it out here. And this neighborhood sucks. If I played guitar outside, the cops would be here. It's just ridiculous.
All right, so we got a question here. So, will the Peruvian shark grow big enough to become a danger to the other fish in the pool? If yes, then what will happen? Well, the catfish you don't really got to worry about.
No.
But like the cichlids in there that get 16 inches, they'll eventually get big enough to eat them. So we'd have to take them out. Yeah.
The Viagus and spillum, the Dobie, the tilapia, and the peacock bass.
Peacock bass will get big enough, and I don't have to worry about it.
He'll grow slower than the Peruvian. So them 4 fish we might have to take out of that pool. The rest of them I've got no worries of.
All right, College Dude chimed in with another $5 super chat, replying to the mullet comment. He said it's a majestic redneck waterfall.
Yeah. I should release this. I keep it in ponytail so it don't knot up on me all the time.
Oh God, it smells like Pantene. All right, so we got K-Ray chimed in with a $2 super chat. Said, I love seeing Pittsburgh and his guppy minions. You hear that, Matt? Pittsburgh. All right, we got Vonnie Einzer chimed in with a $2 super chat. Thank you very much. Here we go. Vonnie Einzer chimed in with another $2 super chat and said, medium metal fro rich, Tracy is going to love it. We got how is Big Bertha? We haven't been in contact with the owner of Big Bertha ever since she turned on us. We're not going to get into that story. But as far as the Sheldon's owner, they have been over there, and Rick has told us that they are doing just fine.
Yes, Bertha and Sheldon are doing fine. We got word from Rick, Sheldon's owner, and he's happy with that. So, yeah, we don't talk to the people that we gave Bertha back to.
All right, I'm just seeing all these comments. Brutus, Pittsburgh.
What have you started, Josh?
Someone asked if they missed the Tracy talk. Yes, you did. It was in the first, couple minutes of the live stream. We did give a little update. So once this ends, you can go back and re-watch it.
It's at the very beginning, and wasn't much of an update, but there is a few things you would want to hear. But she's basically the same. One more thing I forgot to tell you guys. They are weaning her off of the breathing machine. She's almost completely off. She's gone 24 hours without the breathing machine twice now, and then it was 12 hours before that. They want to get her up to 48 hours without the breathing machine. Then they will take it away where she don't need it no more. But at the end of 24 hours, her stats were going up to where she was working so hard that she needs just to build the muscles back and be able to breathe without raising her heart rate and all that.
Someone just said Pittsburgh has guppy minions. Yes, he does. Said better stock up on clams. We have plenty of clams, but the guppies are way too small for Pittsburgh to even be concerned about them.
Yeah, he don't bother them at all, and we feed him normal fish food during the week. All of our fish get fed every day, but only on Fridays do we give him the frozen clams. So that's more for his teeth. So if you're thinking he only eats Fridays, that's kind of wrong. He eats all the time with, tilapia and shrimp. and he's not hungry, so he never bothers the guppies.
Mm-hmm. Someone just Patrick Paulson commented, said, "Yo, gods, love your work, and dude, keep that beard. Trust me."
That's my baby boy. He grown a beard. I liked him better, baby face with his long hair. He had the cutest long blonde hair. It was so cute. And then because I had him long hair all of his life, he grew up and wanted short hair. And I could just kick myself in the butt.
I'm gonna have to mute this Matt guy. He's sitting there saying Brutus will eat Pittsburgh for breakfast.
Stop it. Brutus for president. From Michelle Specia.
Continued prayers for Tracy. Love from Connecticut. I love Pittsburgh. All right, we got a $10 super chat from Bierski Method. He said, "Hope all is well. Speedy recovery." Well, thank you very much. All is great right around here, except the news with my mom. But we are hoping that she snaps out of it rather soon.
You guys got to watch the video tomorrow. It shows all that we're doing behind the scenes. We're getting it done without Tracy, but Tracy made it thrive. You know what I'm saying? We get the stuff done, but not like Tracy did it. So you guys got to see it. Demon Viking, thank you very much from UK. I appreciate that, my friend.
Alrighty.
K-Ray says, let him know if you need to rehome simple reptiles or small and fuzzy rats, hamsters, I always put them up on Facebook, and eventually, if we have reptiles over and over again, and you keep on going, we'll check out your system, and we'll just call you direct at that point. So if you want to message us and show us your tanks and what you have for all these animals, we could put you on a list to call.
Someone just said, "I'll say that Brewberg is my favorite. I can't pick."
I like that.
All right. I just lost this question. Damn it. It was a good one. Moving on. I'll find it. So we just got a $5 super chat from Shetly B. She said, "Sending Tracy all the love in the world."
Aww.
Thank you.
Thank you, Shelly B. Appreciate that. Jennifer Williams says, "Continued prayers for Tracy. Love from Connecticut." Stephanie G says, "That's amazing news." Thank you. I'm imagine she's referring to Tracy.
Someone just said, "Matt's the only one who talks about Brutus. If you didn't say anything about him, nobody would."
Oh, come on now.
That's just not right.
Brutus is loved by many. There's just more people who love Pittsburgh.
Someone said Brutus gained all the big rich's weight. Well, I would say between him and Bruiser, it's quite possible. They are some big fish. Where's the best place to get clams at? Right now, we're still buying our clams straight from Walmart. Are you selling fish? We do not sell fish. We rehome fish to proper homes. So if we happen to have fish available, which we do right now, we have like 6 different Oscars. We have some plecos. We have goldfish. We have walleye. We have largemouth bass. We have alligator gar.
Koi.
Yeah, there's just a bunch. But if you do have a proper home for them, we will gladly give them to you. But with that being said, all the fish are always getting rehomed sometimes. So, we might tell you there's something available today and someone might come and pick it up tomorrow. So
right.
If you have interest in something, try and set something up to come pick it up.
Allison Berry says, "Congrats on your weight loss, Rich. Appreciate that." Did you get this?
I'm not there yet.
Okay.
All right, so we just got a $10 super chat from M Dixon 730. He said, we saw you on the highway heading to see Tracy last weekend, looking awesome with your mullet whipping in the wind. Made Tracy recover as fast as you were flying. Much love from Medina.
Couldn't have seen me flying. I haven't had a ticket in so many years, and I don't really drive. So now that I'm driving all the time, I get on the highway. I set the cruise control at the speed, and that's it. I don't fly. I mean, I don't want to mess with the cops. I don't want to get tickets. I don't want to, none of that stuff. So, I may have been flying to you, but I was doing the speed limit, trust me. Or maybe 4 or 5 miles over. Chad Blacklinger says, what's up, Josh and Big Rich? What is your favorite number of Placo fish? Do we have a favorite number?
What's
your favorite Placo? I like the white zebra ones, and I also like the Adonis Placo.
I'd say Luteus, my favorite.
Okay, do you know the number for it?
I don't know. I just know
it's like 740 or something.
I just know their hypostoma is luteus. I don't even know if they have an L number, to be honest.
Okay.
Don't get mad at me if they happen to have an L number, all right?
I like the Adonis Placo because we got one out here that's 34 inches. Big Placo.
Alrighty, we got Espen Hofflin chimed in with a $55 super chat. Said, when will the Bellagio tanks be up and running, and what fish are going to go in them?
Well, we've decided on one of them to make it our cichlid tank, because that's the pretty colorful fish in a tank that's covered in corals. Cichlids is going to be one. We don't know what's going in the other one yet, and they won't be up and running. We're not even going to mess with them now. We've got the stands inside, all the filtration inside. The tanks are outside with a heater and a sensor that I can read from inside, telling you how much, what temperature they are. We're not going to mess with them till summertime. So sometime this summer, we were talking about...
You can't give them no updates, because I told them in the last video that there'd be a whole update on the Bellagio tanks coming. I'm going to spill all the juicy details.
Oh, you're lucky you stopped me right there. I was getting ready to say what our plans are.
So there are big plans coming. Stay tuned. I think he's got 2 videos that are going up, and then it'll be back to me, and you will have an update on the Bellagio tanks. Alrighty. Would be a pain to keep up with, but you should make a list of fish that are available for adoption, maybe update it once a week. So what I do there
before we do that, before you tell them that, we don't have a problem getting rid of fish, so that's why we haven't ventured into none of that. We've got big fish that we don't give out to normal people, because normal people don't have them big tanks. Someone with big tank gets a hold of us, we can talk to them, but mostly the big fish go to the public aquariums. The little fish, people coming over just on tours usually ends up taking all these fish. So that's why you don't see a lot of them on Facebook, because we just don't have a problem getting rid of them. So that becomes work that's unnecessary for us, because they're already being, gone. Now, if we had an abundance and we're having problems getting rid of them, we'd put them on Facebook and, let everyone know.
But if you guys do pay attention, whenever we do have an abundance and I am trying to get rid of them, I do post a thread to the page, and I will post it there, and then I'll most likely share it to the group as well. And as long as they are on that post, or that post is up, the fish are available. So always keep an eye out for that, and I will continue to do that.
That's on our business page?
Yes.
That's Ohio Fish Rescue. That's it. That's the business page. Ohio Fish Rescue 501c3 is the forum that we talk to everybody and help, heal their fish and help with problems and all that kind of stuff.
All right. Can a water cow goby go with Oscars? Yes, they can. Just make sure they are appropriate size.
Have to be appropriate size. Oscars will eat anything they can fit in their mouth. Don't matter if it's, it don't matter. If they can fit in their mouth, they'll eat it. So you got to have something of equivalent size. Someone said something about the beeping, and I didn't catch the name. I was just scrolling by. The beeping is our battery for the alarm system. One of the sensors, I think it's the outside motion sensor, is low, and it keeps beeping, showing us that the sensor is low. We've replaced the battery 3 times. I don't know why it keeps beeping. It's just, it's an aggravation, but we've forgotten about it. We don't even hear it no more. And you guys are hearing it. Sorry.
How many manatees are in the pond, if any? I don't think we have.
When I'm swimming,
I
there's
was
one.
just gonna say that.
Oh my goodness.
So we got Quincy Eastep just chimed in with $100 super chat, and he said to help pay for fish food for a week or so.
That's almost a week. You are correct. Unbelievable. Comes out with $100. You are the man. Thank you very much. That's going to help feed the fish. I appreciate that.
So another thing you guys are going to get soon. I don't want to bore you guys with them, too often, but you will get another feeding video and some underwater footage. So you've seen my dad's perspective of feeding videos and underwater. I'm going to do my perspective. Yeah.
No, I'm putting out 3 videos this week. There was the day in the life of, my underwater video, and then Tracy's thing. Then you're back to you.
All right.
I'm
fine.
sorry. You can do your underwater, and we can take a poll to see who likes whose video better. I'm sorry, buddy.
All right, guys, you're gonna have to wait just a little bit to see my masterpiece of the underwater footage. So maybe what, 3 weeks or 3
Mine will
months
be
down
better.
the road. All righty.
Okay. Gazlajo says, how do you guys go with having big, mature male Dobie in your community tanks? Do they give the others a hard time, or do they keep to themselves? We don't have no problem at all because the Dobie are the smallest fish in the tank. The Dobie in the 3000 is 17 inches, and he is by far the smallest fish in the tank. Sorry. The Dobie in the pool is about 18 inches, and he is, again, one of the 3 smallest fish in that tank. And there's so much room, they don't give nobody no problem.
Sad to hear that Betty's not at the rescue anymore. She was something else. Betty is still here.
Betty's here. We were talking about
Big
Bertha.
Bertha.
Big Bertha was another Pacu we rescued a few years back. Betty is here. She's still at the rescue, and she's doing great. She's every bit as big as Bertha, probably 2 inches longer than Bertha, but Bertha was way wider. Her previous owner was feeding her spaghetti. I mean, just nonstop feeding her. She was a big, huge, overgrown, wide Pacu.
Have you ever been bitten by a fish in the pool? Yes, I have. Been brutally attacked by an alligator
That's
dog.
brutally attacked.
I have the bloody foot picture to prove it.
See, now, if we were in my studio of streaming, I could pull up that video and show you the pictures, and it'd be on our back screen back here on your screen. You'd be able to see the pictures. We're going to get to that.
Wait, you can feed fish spaghetti? You're not supposed to.
No.
They did. Oh, they got all sorts of stuff in there feeding them.
Jeff Tooley says, hi, just got here. See no chat update on the misses. You're going to have to watch the video over, wait till it's done, and then start. It's at the very beginning of the video. We talked about Tracy.
Someone said, will you be doing the snow globe shrimp tank in the summer too, or maybe sooner since it's not so massive? That's pretty much whenever I'm bored type project that I want to dive into it, because it might be a small one, but it's very inclusive. So there's a lot to do with it to make it the way that my plan, like I want it to be. So it's gonna take a lot of time to make that into something great. So in due time, my friend.
Jay Kessler 623 says, what the heck are you going to do with that African tigerfish? It's going to murder everyone.
All right, so we had a 26-inch Goliath African tigerfish here that we ended up getting rid of. This was actually 2 months before we found out we were getting the 58,000-gallon pond. If we would have known sooner, we would have kept him.
Yes.
But we didn't really have a problem with our tigerfish at all. You keep him fed, and he's just a big tooth minnow.
can't keep him with smaller fish, of course, but it was in the 4,400, and if we'd have known we were getting that pond transferred over, we'd have kept him, and he'd probably be 30, 34 inches by now.
Matt said, "Mom spaghetti." Is vomit on his sweater already? All right, you didn't get that reference. Oh, Jesus.
Some of these you can't really.
Yeah, that's what I'm laughing about. I mean, I kind of want to read them regardless.
Gazla Joe says, I love the way Big Rich told the alligator gar story on a podcast. I listened to it. It's really funny. Yeah, you tell it like I was brutally, attacked.
Hmm.
I tell it a different way. It was just amazing the way it happened, and you didn't scream, yell, nothing. You just stood there holding this big 150-pound, the filter system, and he was shaking. I gotta tell him. Can I tell him the story?
Go ahead.
We're carrying in this 8-foot-long filtration system. It was a big, tall box full of all kinds of K1 media. Now, it was clear, see-through acrylic, and I'm carrying my end. I step over the pool, and I get in the water. And then we get over, Josh steps over the pool, gets in the water, and then all of a sudden, he's standing there, and he's doing this. And, we're holding the thing, and I'm like, boy, quit messing around. What the hell? What's wrong with you? He goes, Dad, one of the fish got my feet. And I was like, man, just stop it. Just stop it. You ain't no fish biting you. And he's still sitting there going like this. And I'm like, boy, come on now. And I look over, and there's a 3-foot alligator gar. Here's Josh's foot. His top mouth went over the top, and his bottom mouth went under the bottom, and it was shaking Josh's leg. It was just trying to pull off a piece of meat. And Josh wasn't yelling or nothing. He didn't drop the filter, nothing. He was a beast. He's just like, Dad, fish has got my foot. He was younger, but oh my God, it was just hilarious. And he turned, this boy is a beast. I would have screamed, dropped the filter.
So we got Jordy said, come to Manchester, Josh. Is that Manchester, UK, I'm guessing?
New York.
Or Manchester, New York. He said, I'll show you around and get you some drinks.
This is the guy that keeps talking to you about a breeding tank.
Yes, I know. I just started watching a few weeks ago. Is there any way you can explain what exactly OFR is and what you guys do there? Any jobs besides this? All right, simple and easy rundown. OFR is a rescue service that we provide. We will rescue any and all aquatic life there is.
We don't turn
offer.
down nothing.
If we can't handle it, we say, give us a few days and let us come up with a plan, and we handle it. But we've never came across this. We've never had to say, give me a few days, let me figure it out.
We've handled every fish.
We just came in and did it. So it's technically a rescue service, but a lot of what you see on video is a lot of our personal hobby, and you guys get to see a life into some of our personal hobby. And we also take in all these rescues and house them here until we either rehome them, or some of them get to come here and stay for life. We promise people we keep them here at the rescue. And it's also an educational experience for you guys too. We go ahead and share our knowledge and our experiences with you guys, so you not only learn about the fish, you learn your
from our
mistakes.
40
years, my 20 years of fish. So you get the best of both worlds. We're not trying to hide nothing. We don't only show you guys the good, we show you the bad as well. We try and be as transparent as we can be.
We're not movie people. We don't act. We video what happens here, and just for you guys to follow along. And it helps us come up with a little bit of ad money that we can feed the fish with. So it helps us to keep the rescue going, and more so helps the fish. We help out people in all different ways. Finding tanks,
giving them tanks.
Yes, equipment. Yeah, there's all kinds of ways we help the general public. So we're just here to help the hobby and our friends, and you are all our friends. So we try and do the best we can to help out everybody, and we're still learning too. So
And any updates on the koi pond, the backyard time frame? Come April, we will be designing it, and it should be being constructed in the summer.
Greg Woodstock, the pond guy, is coming here in April with Ed Baylou, and they're going to do a update on the 58,000 gallon pool pond. While they're here, we're going to, like Josh said, design the pond out back, and then we'll have more of a timeline as to when it's being done, but it will be done this summer.
You're going to have to go back and read these comments. It's someone doing a prayer for mom, and I think it's sweet. And I lost my comment. Sorry, guys. And yes, we all do have full-time jobs beyond the rescue. I am a structural engineer for the city by day, fish rescuer, ultimate fish keeper by night.
You had to say that for Matt's benefit.
Yep, I had to. I gotta, keep up with my good buddy Matt. But my dad, I'm gonna let him tell you what he does as a day job.
I have bought houses the whole time that I was raising my 3 kids. So I basically own houses and I rent them out. So if anything goes wrong, I got to stop at a dime and then go out there and fix it. In middle of winter, a heater stops working. They can't wait 3, 4, 5 days. You have to stop what you're doing and go out there and fix that. There's all kinds of different situations and right now I've got them all rented to pretty good renters, and I'm not worried about evictions. When evictions come in, it usually 1 or 2 hit at a time, and then you're going months without money, rent coming in. Plus, then you have to fix up the place and rehab it when they leave finally. And it's a pain in the butt, but that's my job. So if something happens, I don't be at work from 8 until 4 per se every day, but I may have to disappear for 2-3 days fixing something at a house. So. It does screw with your schedule a lot.
So Jordy chimed in and said he is indeed from England.
Yes, I saw that.
So I will do something for you guys. I will be doing a lot of traveling here soon. So, if I happen to be in a certain country in a time frame, I might tell you guys, and we might have a OFR meetup overseas.
Yes.
I'm coming to Australia. I'm coming to England. France, London, wherever. I'm going to tell you guys.
Speaking of that, because I'm sure he'll be drunk in some other foreign country because he's going on vacation. But we forgot to tell you guys the word of the day. Some of you guys play the underground fish game here.
Ah, damn it.
Stop swearing.
You said the keyword. I've been playing along this whole time.
The word is fish, like last week. So every time we say fish, you guys that drink have to drink. So I forgot about that. I should have mentioned that at the beginning.
All right. Mullet Aquarius said, what if they had a 7-foot gator gar? We have one now that's over 4 foot. The thing is like that big around, and it scares the living hell out of me. And we actually have a public aquarium that called us, and they have a 52-inch alligator gar that they want us to come rescue from them. So we'll be
doing that.
We not only try and rehome fish, but we also rescue fish from aquariums.
Public aquariums.
Yeah.
Oh, Steven's here. I see Matt says, what's up,
Steven Conroe in the house. Howdy, he said, I'm at the club meeting with Lucas and Haley. See, I took that as you're at the club with Haley and Lucas, not at a club meeting.
Steven, how you doing, buddy? And as always, it's nice to have you here. Tell Lucas and Haley I said hi. I ain't seen them in a while.
Oh, hey Haley. Matt told me the other night that you are officially on his shit list for calling me the ultimate fish keeper. All right, so we got Tommy Lucatiel. Sorry if I butchered your last name, but he just chimed in with a $5 super chat, and he said, sending what I can to the GoFundMe as soon as I can find my wallet. Love you guys. I hope when my girlfriend comes to the U.S. this year, we can visit the rescue.
Of course you can. Just get a hold of us ahead of time. April Gabriel Rodriguez says, how much for a 50-gallon if you have them, Big Rich? I don't have any right now, but normally we would just give it to you. A lot of smaller tanks we get donated to us from different places and stuff like that, and we just hold them here until people need them.
All right, so someone just had a comment that kind of hit home. He said, I still need a 2,000 gallon tank. Well, if you guys watched the last video on the the February update, I did say that I have a bigger tank that is in the works. If I get a good deal on it, that we would be selling off the 2,000 gallon that we were going to set up for the Pacu tank, meaning we will have a bigger Pacu only tank.
The only reason is we have a lineup on a little bit bigger tank for some more cash. So, and it's a fiber FRP.
Yes.
FRP tank, not a wood build with sealant. So if someone wants to buy the 2,000 gallon, we will sell it, and then we'll put in a couple grand and get what was it, 2,500?
Yeah.
2,500.
So it's not like we're trying to make money on our tanks either. I only want back what we paid for it. So if you guys do happen to be interested, just message me personally and we can talk. So we got Matt chimed in with a $5 super chat. And of course, I said this last time, I'll say it again, but we were playing a drinking game and I like to follow by the rules. But, he does have a video of me saying that Matt's the ultimate fish keeper, so he just wanted to let that be known. Well, thanks, Matt. And I too have videos of Matt saying
that Josh is the ultimate fish keeper.
Yep. I also have a picture of him running on his own car window.
Good night, Joe Rockwell. Thank you, buddy.
Alrighty. Michael Specia chimed in with a $5 super chat, said FRP tank fun.
That was awesome. Much. Thank you. Roger Bannister says there's a guy in Ashtabula with a bull shark, 3 foot, living in his jacuzzi. He caught it off South Carolina and needs a bigger place for it. Do you guys take them? Of course we do.
Just have him get a hold of us. We can definitely come take it. I wonder, was that caught out of a river or the ocean? Is it fish, freshwater or salt?
No, it's freshwater.
But they're also in rivers and stuff.
Right,
they could have caught it.
It doesn't matter. They can take freshwater.
I know. Well, I'm saying if it was caught and he was keeping it in salt, or if he's keeping it in fresh.
Oh, gotcha.
If it was keeping it in freshwater, then I might just make up a temporary pond for him for a little bit and grow him out a bit and say I owned a bull shark, and then get it to the aquarium.
We have a new public aquarium that got a hold of us, and they are looking for anything. So they're willing to send out a big truck out here with all kinds of tubs, and they want to take a bunch of stock off our hands.
All right, so we got Brandon chimed in with a $20 super chat. Said, thoughts on keeping rainbow fish with smaller goldfish in the 125? I've done it for about a year now, but always get flack online about it despite not having any deaths. Appreciate input from the ultimate fish keeper, Big Rich. So if you're not having deaths, it doesn't really matter what other people think. But community fish should be kept with other community fish. I will say that. But Lucas brought over plants, and they put them in the 58,000 gallon, and we have little rainbow fish all over the 58,000 gallon pool pond.
There's a little colony of them. They swim at the top of the water. Every once in a while you'll see them, and none of the big fish go after them. It's just amazing that these little fish, they're so skinny, thinner and smaller than a pencil, but about 2.5 inches long. Even amazed Lucas on how big they grew. Are swimming there freely, and nobody's bothering them.
All right, Jordy, we do have an Instagram. Look up Ohio Fish Rescue. I personally run it, and we do have a Twitter, which kind of just started. Not really much going on there, but Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. That is all we have for now, folks.
And the name's easy to remember. It's Ohio Fish Rescue on every platform.
Whatever you search, Ohio Fish Rescue. We also had a, what was that? The red thing, Reddit. And we got banned off of there, unfortunately. I was sharing too much, and they didn't really like me on there. All right, so we got David Daniel chimed in with a $5 super chat. He said, for those drinking, fish, 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 oh, and fish.
Oh, that's amazing. I like that.
Off the Deep End Aquatics. chimed in with the $20 super chat. Said, thanks for all that you guys do for the hobby. Well, thank you very much. It's not so much what we do for the hobby, it's just who we are as people. We like doing it. We enjoy it. It's our hobby too. So if we can make it easier on everyone else, why not share the knowledge? All right. I'd love to see videos of those rainbow fish in the pond. Sounds awesome. They are super hard to get on video because they are brown on top of a brown backdrop. So I might try and see if I can find them on the underwater footage, but it's kind of hard.
I'll try and find them tomorrow because I'm going swimming tomorrow to do the underwater footage for the video a couple days after.
You said you take all aquatic life. I will be dropping off my hippo next week. He outgrew my pond. We actually will take it if you have a hippo, but I think you're just joking. But we do work with zoos and aquariums all around, and we do work with the Ohio Department of Agriculture. And anybody who has illegal animals can bring them to us, and we can then
without getting in trouble. You bring them to us, drop them off. Like alligator snapping turtles are very illegal now. You can bring them here. I call the Department of Agriculture, tell them I just got one surrendered to me. He tells me where options where I can take it and gives me 72 hours of holding it. Sometimes he gives me 2 weeks. So nobody gets in trouble for illegal species.
Yeah. So sometimes he just says, you know what? Don't worry about it. But BCY chimed in with the $10 super chat. He said, how's the African cichlid tank? Cheers. It's still doing well. They're breeding all the time. They are just waiting for their Bellagio tank upgrade.
Yes, they're going to go from a 300 to an 1800.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. The amount that they breed in that 350-gallon tank right now is crazy. There's just the babies are getting overflowed out and going into the pool and our pond, and there's just cichlids of all colors showing up in the pool pond. Once they're in the 1800, they're not going to look like they're as thick as they are now, but eventually they'll just fill that up.
So we got Justin Richards chimed in with a $2 super chat and said, Rich is the ultimate fish savior.
He makes me feel like I need a halo around my head. Come on, Justin. Thank you, buddy.
So we got Kathy Murphy chimed in with a $28 super chat, and she said, you are amazing. Well, thank you.
Thank you. You are amazing.
How do you recommend I convince my mom to let me set up a pool pond? Also, I have a large inflatable hot tub. Can I use the heater and filtration?
Yes.
If there's a will, there is a way.
Yes. I always use my own homemade filtration on the bigger things. I just get a tub, fill it up with fiberfloss, and I have a pump in the pool running up, coming through the fiberfloss, and then coming back out of the tub, hold the bottom. That's mechanical. The same thing happens if you want to do biological. You fill up a small garbage can full of the bio balls, and you run that same pump now up to that garbage can. It runs through the bio balls, and then you have it exit into your pillow stuffing, and then back into your thing. Now you've got biological and mechanical filtration, and I use that on all of our big pumps, or big pools.
Do we ever care for lungfish? We've cared for almost every species of lungfish on this planet. Actually, every species.
I miss my Australian lungfish, though.
Yes, we had an Australian. He ended up passing away. South Americans. We have two. We have an African and we have a West African out there, and they are both over. Yeah, just about three foot or so.
They're about yay big around.
Yeah. BCY chimed in with another $5 super chat. Said awesome update on the cichlid tank. They are going to love it. Thanks, fish. So
they will love it.
So we got someone asking if we're going to sell the 350 after the cichlid tank gets moved. I don't think we are, but if we do ever go to sell one of our tanks at the rescue because we upgrade, because that's the only way we will get rid of a tank is if we upgrade. But I will put up a post on the page itself, and I will give our members 100% access to buying the tanks before the general
we would never
public.
Put it up on like Craigslist or anything like that. We put it up to our members first.
And then we only ask out of it what we have into it.
Todd Worsing says, "What's the biggest fish you have, Big Rich?" And that would have to be Brutus. He's over 4 foot, going on 4.5. Yeah, 4.5 foot. And he's yay big around. He's a big boy.
So we got Jared Curry chimed in with a $20 super chat and said, "You guys are the ultimate DIY kings." So
Thank you.
Funny story about that. I just now noticed it today that Joey Mullen, the king of DIY, finally started following us on Instagram.
Oh, nice. He's a nice guy. I like him. His DIY stuff is very informative and taught a lot of people a lot of things. But we built our 3,000 gallon tank. We got inspiration from Joey, and then we built it our way from thinking of his way. I overbuild everything. So instead of 2x4s, I use 2x6s, and we haven't had a problem with it. We love the tank, and all that home DIY stuff. It all comes from lack of money, spare money. Because if I had the spare money, I'd have bought a tank. But where do you buy a 3,000 gallon tank? I needed it a certain length and a certain width to fit into a spot we had in the fish room. So.
All right. Reminder to the viewers, we are offering links to everything that we are mentioning in the comments. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. You can find links to it in the comments. But someone's asking about breeding mosquito fish. Any suggestions? I've never bred mosquito fish, so I don't want to feed you false information. So I would go to our handy dandy friend, Mr. Google. And I'm sure there are plenty of forums or help on there, or post a thread on Ohio Fish Rescue.
501c3.
We might not be able to help you, but our members definitely can, as they probably have bred mosquito fish. I just don't want to give out misinformation. I'm sorry.
Roger Bannister, I'd like to read your question, but it's hilarious.
I'm sure Joe has thought about it plenty of times.
Joe Rockwell would be the man that would do that.
Do you guys breed fish at all? We do try and breed the stingrays. We do breed stingrays.
Well, that's on our own hobby. The stingrays aren't nothing that's rescued or people have donated to us. The stingrays are something me and Josh pooled our money and bought. Because I used to breed stingrays before I got into the rescue, and I sold all my breeder stock for $47,000 to buy this house 10 years ago. So we bought the babies to breed, and that was, to help out with money to run the rescue. But other than that, we don't try and breed anything. There are some Oscars that's bred. All of our cichlids are breeding.
Silver dollars, Schimberke, Phoenix barbs.
No, Phoenix barbs are not bred. They acted like it, but I haven't seen no eggs or babies.
They dropped eggs and they ate them.
Really?
Yeah.
So we don't set them up to try and breed, but life happens.
All right, we got K-Race chimed in with a $2 super chat, said, "Love you guys, #SlimRich, #Team Tracy."
I'll go with Team Tracy.
Matt's Monster Fish said, "I have a beautiful Stingray pup that OFR bred." Yes, he does. I believe we traded that for the Black Arrow.
Black Arrow 1, yeah.
Yep.
That was our puppy. We bred her here, and that same female is the one that's all tore up from all the males trying to get at her now. We had to separate her, Matt. She's in the 700 now. She just started eating.
Alrighty, guys. So we are getting to that 8 o'clock time.
Oh, Sammy Davis says $47,000. Damn. Well, you got to understand, my stingrays were 30-inch disc, and they were all high-quality black diamonds from H2O Aquatics. And I had 3 in each tub, each 1,000-gallon tub. There was 2 males and 1 female, and I had 4 tubs set up. So there was 12 beautiful, race breeding, and then I had a bunch of pups. I think probably 20 of them or something. We had a bunch of pups that went with it. The guy bought the whole set.
And at the time, breeders that size were going for $5,000 a piece. especially with them producing, 10 to 16 pups a piece.
Yeah.
You have one batch, you sell them at a grand a piece. There's 10 grand at least back on your investment. But we got Jeff Beatty chimed in with a $5 super chat. Said, when will you attempt to put your second Arapaima back in the pool? We will put Bruiser back in
next week
when he puts on some more size. So when you guys seen that video, he was a lot smaller. That was a few weeks back. He has already went through another growth spurt and put on a few inches. So in the next few weeks, we're going to try and overfeed Brutus.
We're going to do that first. Exactly. We're going to feed big time and get him full to where he leaves the little one alone.
So we got Music 1990 chimed in with a $5 super chat. Said, what are your experiences with snakeheads? Can they be kept with other fish like Asian arowana or African tigerfish? We've had snakeheads in the past before that they were banned. You can keep them with other fish as long as they are exceptionally big.
Bigger. Well, I've never had them in a small tank, like, 2 snakeheads and a couple Oscars in a 125. Obviously, they're going to go after each other, My tanks were always like 300 gallon, 500 gallon back in the day. I had redline snakeheads, and I didn't have a problem with them. They were in a community tank with other big fish.
But I see them in with Asian arowanas all the time, even the giant snakehead, so possibly. Jared Curry chimed in with a $5 super chat. Said, I wish you guys would have picked up my 500 gallon. I wish I could too. Can always entertain more big tanks.
How much did he sell it for?
I don't know. You can ask him. But we got DJ Hyper chimed in with a $5 super chat. Thank you very much. So Matt said I picked a name for the Pima. Right now we've got Brutus. We have Bruiser. We have Bubba in the 700. And then Matt just came in with how about Bowser?
Possibly.
I think it's definitely a possibility. So we're sticking with the B, the band of brothers.
IE617 says, you guys lost a tiger shovelnose from nitrate poisoning? No, we never.
The only tiger shovelnose we lost was Big Papa, and that was from septicemia. Well, one of the fish that came in was already deathly sick from septicemia, and somehow my mom took
the pump out of the one water and put it in the other water, and then Big Papa got septicemia. And you don't see that. It's red streaks on their belly, and then they stop eating, and then they're dead. We didn't see it until it was too late, and there was nothing we could do, and it was gone. I think he may be talking about the tiger, the fish that died from the nitrates. It was a big striped fish, shovel nose, not a tiger shovel nose, the Tigrinus, thank you. That one we lost because our nitrates went up high and we didn't know about it. They're real susceptible for nitrate poisoning. That was a definite, sadness to us because I love that fish.
That was one we sold to the aquarium and all the plants died and our nitrates spiked.
Yes.
But it is past the 8 o'clock hour. I am sorry, guys. We'll answer this last super chat. Jared Curry chimed with $5 super chat. So I trade the 500 gallon for an 06 BMW 525. That is a bike, I'm guessing.
Yes.
But it is the 8 o'clock hour. We are going to have to get off of here. So I hope you guys enjoyed hanging out with us.
For you guys doing the drinking game, fish, 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 fish.
We will
stay fishy, my friends.
We'll see you next week. Here we go.